Yes, welcome to Breakfast with Pure Coys. I'm Nige. Thank you for coming and checking in. It's Monday morning. Monday mornings suck, don't they? I hate them. I hate Mondays, but it's all good. We are here. We are doing a show this morning. Probably just going to go for about 45 minutes, an hour. Just talk about the latest news, talk about my weekend. You can talk about your weekend. We will talk about Spurs. And hopefully, guys, in the chat, you will get involved because, as I've said before, if it's not for you guys, there's no show because there's only so much I can say to myself. Guys, before I start, please do me an absolute solid of liking and subscribing to the channel. I am chasing down my first 1,000, so any help would be much appreciated. Guys, let's get into it. And I just want to start by obviously wishing Paul Gascoigne all the very best. Find out the news today that he'd been rushed to hospital I think whether it's this morning or last night. Terrible news, but let's hope Gaza keeps fighting and recovers. So I know I'm just not speaking for myself. I can speak for every Spurs fan and every football fan because Paul Gascoigne is an absolute legend. So please get well soon, Gaza. We love you. And yeah, let's get on with the show. Guys, how was your weekend? My weekend was absolutely fantastic. Met some lovely people, and yeah, I just want to big up to Sava and his lovely wife for putting up with us on Saturday. It was really good. It was really good. Had a great weekend. Absolutely shattered last night. And when I got home, just wanted to sleep. Wanted to sleep all day today, to be honest. But my alarm goes off at 6:30. So there you go. There you go. Let's say hello to the chat. So the chat, big up Milton. Mate, thank you for the message. If you are about tomorrow, I think almost certain that me and Cookie are going to do a show and we'll probably open it up. So if you want to come on tomorrow, probably tomorrow evening, then that would be fantastic. Talking to Cookie, big up, mate. Hope you're well. Big up, Paul. Morning, Nige. Honestly, what is happening with Morgan Gibbs White? Well, we will get into it quickly. I don't think too much is happening there at the moment, but we will see. Um, and Paul's just said, yeah, Gaza, speedy recovery. Big up, Rich. Yes, Milton. Big up, Razzle. Hope you're well, mate. Big up, Lee. Good to meet you briefly, mate. I'm quite shy when, like, social situations, I'm really quite uncomfortable. Um, it was lovely, lovely to meet everyone, but I'm not your outgoing, like, life and soul at a party. I just like to sit in a corner and hope people come and say hello. So, you know, it was lovely to meet you. Didn't get to speak to you too much, just because I'm shy. And yeah, but hopefully, yeah, hopefully we get to do it again sometime and I'll come out of my shell a little bit more. And razzle dazzle with barbecue and beer beat you up. Yeah, it was a good day. I'll tell you the mistake that I made was when we got there, we didn't check in first. And I had 3 or 4 drinks and then went to check in. And when I come back, I wasn't really in the mood for drinking. So yeah, that was that. Big up, Luke. Good to meet you on Saturday as well, mate. Man, you were life and style at the party. Impressed. I am impressed. But yeah, good to meet you, buddy. Absolutely. The barbecue was fantastic. Really, really good. Um, yeah, Sava was a fantastic host. Big upside dancer. 6 weeks and 3 kids. Yeah, unlucky, mate. I've been there. I still got my youngest, so I've got to sort out a couple of weeks where I can take time off and being self-employed. It is a nightmare, but I will find some time from somewhere. And Sky may have to be cancelled for a couple of months, possibly. Big up, Rayman. Guys, let's get into news. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. A few more here. Was Luke throwing shapes in the span? Not quite, not far off, but no, he was giving the engine quite good, and yeah, fair play to him. Fair play to him. I'm not in the card now, so I take that. I'm having a barbecue, and yeah, mate, we'll all come. We'll all come. I bet the weather's probably better, though it wasn't too bad in the end. So, Spurs news. Let's get into. Should we talk about the friendly first? Because for me, the friendly was interesting. Didn't get to see much of it. I watched most of the second half. I thought the Spurs played okay. It was pre-season friendly, our first one. So obviously we're going to be a little bit rusty. It was never going to be, you know, swashbuckling, amazing Thomas Frank football. But there were things during the game and, in fact, before the game that I really liked. Let's go before the game. I really liked in the warm-up that Spurs were playing, doing defensive drills, crosses coming in, marking, that kind of thing. I like that. It was nice to see some tactics actually being done and not just players running around or the old usual where you throw the ball up, a centre back comes up, heads it, goes back, another centre back comes up, heads it. Yeah, it was nice to see something different. Let's hope that continues. I love the fact that during the game, Frank and his coaches were constantly looking at the iPad, trying to change things, looking at what they could do. They were not just standing there. Anyway, that's the past. But they were not just standing there. They were doing things. And I think as a fan base, that's what we want to see, especially when we're going to be behind in games. You don't want to see the managers just sitting there doing nothing. You want to see some activity. So I like that. That was good. And of course, we have to go into the performance of Luka Vuskovic. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys. Let me know in the comments. What did you think about Vuskovic and anyone else? Give me a performance that you think was good. For me, I think Vuskovic was obviously the standout player. That crunch and tackle within a couple of minutes, the assist, and then the goal. Took his goal really well. Didn't really see a lot else, but I think that's enough for a debut. He's a big lad. He's young. He looks talented, and I'm excited to see what he can bring to Spurs. Whether we will loan him out for a season or whether we'll keep him in the first team and around the first team squad, I don't know. Guys, let me know what you think. Do you think we keep him in and around the first team squad, or would you loan him out? It's hard to say. I think he'll get obviously the entire pre-season with Spurs, but do you think he will eventually get loaned out, or do you think we keep him around the first team squad? Um, let's see what else we got. Nige, what were you thinking of Big Frank so far? I love the way he talks. Yeah, fantastic. He talks really well. Um, he just seems really chilled and confident. But it is early days, and that may change over time. But what I'm seeing so far, I'm liking. He doesn't seem the sort that's going to get too stressed, that's going to get too wound up by people. Um, but listen, let's see. I like the way he talks. Even when he's putting his point across, his tone of his voice is very chilled and relaxed and calming. And I think sometimes maybe that's what Spurs need. They've had the Mourinhos, they've had the Contes, even Ange. When he got a bit wound up, he lost it a bit. Maybe they need that calming, chilled manager to bring the best out of them. We will see. Let me know what you think, guys, about Thomas Frank. Arsenal's fan are trending it. Yeah. Yes, I'd answer. Set pieces do look interesting, and I like the fact we scored from a set piece. Um, and Vuskovic, as he showed in Belgium, looked very dangerous from set pieces, so that's another plus. And I did a quick video yesterday saying, "Is Vuskovic the answer?" And it was simply just asking the question: could he be the long-term answer to Romero possibly leaving? Um, obviously, I don't think he's going to come in right now. And, we can sell Romero and everything's rosy. I think he needs at least a season in English football, whether that be at championship level. I think probably at championship level. I just can't see him playing many games for Spurs in the Premier League. But I think in a year, maybe 2 years, Vuskovic really could come into that Spurs first team and make that centre back place his own. Guys, let me know again what you think about that. Luka was solid. Sonny and BJ below Yeah, let's talk about Sonny. Sonny is a concern. Obviously, there is news coming out today, and I will bring that up if I can. Is this it? This is it. That there are some unresolved issues between Son and Spurs. Son has been made to feel disrespected by the club. Unclear what follows, but no movement expected before career. Of course not. Um, what does that mean? Son has been made to feel disrespected by the club. I don't get that, guys. Let me know what you think. I don't get what would have happened, whether internally he's been taken off the captaincy and that's upset him, whether he's been told he's not going to be first team starter and that's upset him. Of course, these are all rumours on Twitter, so it might all be rubbish. He definitely didn't look happy though Saturday. He was rubbing his back a lot, whether he's got some sort of back injury. But Sonny, there is no doubt over the last 18 months for me, has lost his sparkle. He doesn't smile anymore when he plays. He doesn't look happy at all. So I think he's going to go. I think he's going to go, guys. I think it's just a matter of time. And I haven't got an issue with that. I haven't got an issue with that. I think, let him go and bring someone else in on that left hand side. Rayman said, I think we need to be very careful with Vuskovic. How many Wonder kids fall off because they didn't get pushed on to achieve? It's an interesting one, isn't it? There's no doubt the kid's got talent. No doubt about that. He looks the real deal for me, but we can't rush him. We can't rush him. He's a young player. But at the same time, he needs to get game time. We can't rush him. But I think, I think for me, that's what I think I would loan him out to a championship side. Um, Luke saying Vuskovic stay uh, again. Yeah, maybe if he's going to get first team football, I haven't got an issue with it. But my concern is Luke that he doesn't get a lot of games. Um, Razzle dazzle. I'm not overhyping it till we play someone worthwhile. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. And I think he's going to get the entire preseason. And of course, we got the likes of Newcastle and Arsenal, Bayern Munich to play. So he's going to get a test. He's going to get some tests in the next couple of weeks. Let's see how he does. Milton saying I'd loan him out. At the moment, I'm there with you, Milton. But if he has stormers in his next 3 or 4 games, then maybe we keep him. I don't know. It's difficult. Who do we want Vuskovic to learn from? Internationals like Romero or Van der Ven, or some centre backs that didn't even get to the. Yeah, that's fair. It's fair. It's difficult. It's a difficult one. Um, but again, maybe we keep him till Christmas and then loan him out in January and give him. All depends. Of course, it all depends what our squad looks like, doesn't it? We might go and sign another centre back, and then he will probably go out on loan. But it's definitely, listen, he looks really good for me. I'm really pleased with him. And if we can't get excited about our young players, then what is the point? We're Spurs fans. We are Tottenham fans. We're emotional. We want to get excited about our players, whether they're young or old. It doesn't matter. They bring in good performances. Let's get excited about it, guys. Let's not be too down on it. Samuel saying wait until the season starts. Corey, big up Corey. Good to see you and your son on Saturday as well, mate. Everything looks great until we hit adversity. Well, this is it. Everything's rosy at the moment. Everyone's smiling, and let's see how we do when we've lost a couple of games. Lucas going out on loan after getting his chance to play makes me think. Yeah, I mean it's one of them, isn't it? I think just to get game time, he needs to. A loan would do him really good, and I wouldn't be against it at all. Luca loan out for 2 seasons. I don't know about 2 seasons. Definitely one for me. But again, he may be better than a lot of what we have currently. So we will see. We will see. Sam saying we can't judge anyone based on preseason. No, again, that's right because we've had last preseason Archie Great was fantastic for most of it. We had other youngsters come in and do really well, and then they never really did it when they got the chance. So let's see. But then again, Bergval did. So yeah, it's a difficult one. I would say Vuskovic our fourth best centre back. I don't rate Dragishin, so we should keep him around, and he will get chances with all the injuries. Yeah, and this is the other thing, isn't it? Because Van der Ven, Romero, never play a full season. Guarantee they're both probably going to get injured at some point. So maybe it's a good time to keep Vuskovic around if he gets first team football. We don't actually know when Dragishin's back. I've seen he's back running, but how long before he's back playing? I'm not overly keen on Dragishin. I think he's a good defender, but I don't think he's good on the ball. And as much as people think that Frank is a bit of a dinosaur when it comes to football and just lumps it forward, Frank likes to play out from the back, so he will want competent footballers. So whether Dragishin fits in, I'm not sure. Let's see what he does when he comes back. But I'm with you. I'm not overly keen on Dragishin. Tottenham Logic, big up, Alan, mate. How you well? Hope you're well. And yeah, my weekend was good. How was yours? I see you're absolutely smashing it, as always. Keep it going, mate. Apparently, Son wanted a new contract, but we haven't offered the new terms. Okay, okay, so that's why he's got a cob on. But yeah, still, I mean, what is he expecting? What is he now? 32, 33? Um, I think he goes. I think he goes, but let's see. I've said there's nothing to BJ's game apart from tapping in goals, and when the fans call him a legend, no legend is Bal Kane. Yeah, I don't think he's a legend. I don't think he's a legend, but he is a bit of a cult hero because whether anyone believes it or not, the goal did go down to him in in the European in the final. So yeah, listen, he is what he is. He's not your player that gets you off your seat and on your feet, but he is your player that gives you GA. And you know what? Football now, this time, in this era, seems to all be about GA. It doesn't seem to be about players that get you off your feet. It seems to be about how many goals and assists you can get. And if you want that, Johnson's your man. I think he's going to be a good squad player this year. Um, but we'll see. We'll see where he plays. Razzle dazzle. Sonny looks so rusty at the weekend. I think Sonny's looked rusty for the last 2 years. The ball seems to bounce off him. His first touch is awful. Where he used to get it between his feet and then just go at players. Now his touch is terrible. It's almost like he's tripping over the ball all the time. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Sonny. It's really disappointing. And what I don't want is to go down the same route that we went down with Lloris. Lloris, fantastic Tottenham goalkeeper. Brilliant, brilliant player. And the last 2 years, he fell off a cliff a little bit. And the fans turned on him. And I don't want to see this happen with Sonny. I kind of feel it already is. So I think for Sonny and for everyone at Tottenham, I think he needs to move on. It's sad. It's sad when such a great player doesn't look the same anymore. But that's football. And you have to move on. And Spurs have been terrible at moving on players over the years, haven't they? We are so slow at doing it. Guys, if you haven't already, please like the stream. Please subscribe to the channel. Let's get me up to 1,000. That would be absolutely amazing. Let's go back to the comments. I think I missed a few there. I saw that Sonny has gone and doesn't want to admit it. Yeah, I think you might be right there, Milton. Rayman, regarding Sonny, I'm very much of the opinion that he shouldn't have played the weekend. He needs to be wrapped in cotton wool until career. It's important that he plays that kind of, but isn't this it? Isn't this, are we just using him as a PR bloody stunt now? It's literally I mean, I know it's the whole reason we're going now is Sonny because he is an absolute hero in Korea. But and yeah, so yeah, for that point I agree. But again, is this why we've kept him a couple of years too early with the revenue that he brings in from Korea? I don't know. I don't know. But I kind of agree. If we loan Vuskovic, he won't be classed as centre back and trained for 3 years. That's a really good point, Alan. I didn't realise that. So yeah, I think we keep him then. If that's the case, I think we keep him, and that's why I think we'll keep the likes of Archie Gray as well because we need him to be club trained. So interesting point and valid. Hard to disagree with it. Lise and Vuskovic might end up being better than Van der Ven. We ain't really seen him defend unless he's facing goal. No, absolutely. Van der Ven's going to be an interesting one this year. Obviously, he's played in the high line. He's quick as anything, but let's be honest, he's not the best at heading. Um, so yeah, I love Van der Ven. Let's see how he does. And you could be right; he could be better than Vuskovic looks a player. Could be better than Van der Ven long term, or they could be a really good partnership. Who knows? Jun, morning, mate. Hope you're well. Milton, I'm spewing we didn't sign Francesco Conceição from Porto. Went to Juve for 30 million euros and we paid over. Yeah, good player. Good player. Would have loved him at Tottenham, but we don't do it. We don't do it. People saying hello to each other. How long are Tar and Odeberg injured for? I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. Hopefully not too long. Yeah, hopefully not too long. Hopefully they're back in the squad soon. Again, two players are very much of the same kind of ilk, you know. And this is the problem for me. For me, we needed one of those, a Tau or an Oderbau, and we've got both. But it is what it is. This is what we do. Corey says Saturday was class. Yes, agreed. Spotlight agreeing. Yes, I agree too. Having a convo. What? Oh dear. We paid 50 million for BJF. Yeah, like we said the other night. I mean, that's going to be some evening, isn't it? Well, some couple of minutes for me. Tottenham Logic Johnson has been at the club for 2 years and has won a trophy. That's not legendary status, but you can't knock his contributions last season. And no, I totally agree, Alan. This is it. You know, this is it. We can't knock what Johnson does because he does what he does. He scores goals. And what do we want? What do we want here? I totally get it. If Johnson was doing absolutely nothing, not taking on his man, not getting in the box, not scoring goals, see you later, mate. Not good enough. But he was our top scorer last year and he does what he does. He gets in the box, he scores goals, and you can't knock him for that. But Corey coming in, sorry, standing in the box and tapping a goal from 5 years, my son can do. Quite possibly. But listen, again, it's going to be interesting to see what Johnson does this year because under Ange, he fitted Ange's system totally. You know, Ange said himself, I would love to play right wing for Spurs because I'd get a hatful of goals. But Johnson did exactly what the manager wanted. You know, he was told to get into the box. He did it. He scored goals. So again, I'm not going to knock him for that. I love a bit of Johnson, but he's not good on the eye. So yeah, Sam said blocked pathway for Mikey Moore. Yeah, again, signing two young left wingers when we already have a really talented left winger. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Mikey Moore. A lot of people saying that obviously there's been rumours on Twitter that Borussia Dortmund are interested in taking him on loan. What do you think of that? Do you think that Mikey Moore would do well at Dortmund? I'd love to see him at Dortmund. I think Dortmund do brilliantly with young English players. And yeah, for a season, I would love to see Mikey Moore at Dortmund. I think it would make him a man. Using Sonny like a pawn in the game with chess. Yeah, quite possibly now. Big up, Sheriff. You're up. You're up. What's going on? You didn't work last night, did you? That's probably why. But big up, my friend. Love you. Razzle Dazzle saying, did the bed clap, Sheriff? Oh, were you alone? Let us know. Tottenham Logic saying hello to Milton. Krish saying, I'm starting to worry about Morgan Gibbs White. Yeah, I'm at the point where I just don't really care anymore. It's a bit like, I'd love to see him at Spurs, but it is a little bit like, what's the point? What's the point? Just get it done. Just pay the money, get it done. If you want him that badly, give him an extra 10 million, whatever it takes to get the job done. I know that Spurs have done nothing wrong, allegedly. So What's the issue? Just get the job done. Sheriff saying, Dazzle, I ain't done a night yet, so I'm always up early-ish. You go and get yourself a fry up. Did you have a breakfast yesterday, Sheriff? Let me know. And yes, Sheriff singing the Johnson Olay Olay. Milton saying, Nigel, you confident in getting Morgan Gibbs? Well, as I just said, I still think it happened because I don't think Spurs have done anything wrong. But the longer it goes on, the more you think, is it going to happen? This is Spurs. And how long do we wait before we move on to other targets? I mean, we should be getting other targets in anyway, shouldn't we? We shouldn't be waiting on one deal to then sign off on other deals. But it definitely has been disappointing in the last couple of weeks, guys. Let me know. Obviously, 2 weeks ago when we signed Kudus and then Morgan Gibbs White within 24 hours and the whole stadium naming rights and possible investment, everything looked amazing. Our Spurs moving differently. And then last week it was just like, ugh, this is just Spurs. This is what we do. But this week for me is massive because obviously next Monday we fly out to Korea. So for me, this week is it. This is when we have to sign players. And I think Spurs will. I think Morgan Gibbs White gets done this week. And I think we sign at least one other, whether that be a six or a striker, possibly. But obviously, Richarlison coming out saying he wants to stay might throw a spanner in the works there. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't sign a striker. We keep Solanke and Richarlison. Ugh. And we go another direction. Maybe sign a left back and definitely a six. But I think Morgan Gibbs White gets done this week for me. For me, let me know what you think. Mikey Moore needs a good loan. Agreed. Agreed. He's not going to get too much first team football. Alan saying 13 or 14 Johnson's goals were not tap-ins. Go back and watch his goals. They were clinical finishes. I agree, mate. I agree. He gets a couple of tap-ins and people assume that everything is a tap-in. It's not. Some of his goals were really well taken last season. And again, you've got to make those runs. And so many players don't make those runs. If you looked at the other side, when Werner played, even Sonny, Tao, when the crosses come in, nowhere to be seen. So you've got to give kudos for to Johnson for that. Razzle dazzle. There was a clear level difference between Kudus and any other. Yeah, absolutely. If that's what you want, if you're looking at wingers that take on a man that excite you, Kudus is definitely the man. Let's see if he gets the numbers next season as well. I hope he does. I think he will. But yeah, Kudus is definitely an exciting player. Luke saying regarding Johnson, if arriving at the back post is so easy, then everyone would do it. He flatters to deceive on other. Yeah, agreed. Agreed, mate. That's what I literally just said. But see, two minds. Morning, Andy. Hope you're well, mate. Guys, if you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's see if I can get up to 1,000 before the season starts. That would be absolutely amazing. Let's go back to the comments and see what I can do. I've lost. When you go to put that in and then go back up, you lose all of where you were. So that was Andy saying morning. Sam saying, I think the inverted fullbacks cost because our fullbacks and wingers can't cross. Maybe it's easier for them to drive inside and the wingers with the wingers holding the width, drawing out. Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? So I think this season, I think we are going to see the best of Porro as well because Kudus likes to come inside. If he comes inside, then Porro can go on the outside. And I think, honestly, I'm excited by what I think we're going to see going forward next season. Whether we got the end product at the end is another question. But my hot take is, and I have said it a couple of times live, so I can't go back on it now, and I don't intend to. So I think it's going to happen. I think Solanke gets 20 Premier League goals this season. I'm not saying he's the best striker in the world. I'm not saying I love him, but I do think he's going to get the service. So if he doesn't get 20 goals this season in the Premier League, for me, ship off, ship out next season. But with the service he's going to get, as long as he stays in and around that penalty area, I think Solanke gets 20 Premier League goals this season. Let me know what you think about that, guys. That is a hot take. Milton saying, I think Eze will stay at Palace. Yeah, it's gone quiet on him, hasn't it? I don't think he's going to go anywhere either, unless Arsenal come in for him. I definitely don't think Spurs will. Luke, he don't flatter to deceive. He's just rubbish at everything else. Well, this is true, Cookie. This is true. He is, but he does what he does, and he gets the goals. Alan's saying, hit those likes, people, and subscribe if you haven't already. Great channel and regular updates. Thank you, Alan, mate. I will pay you later. Cheryl said, no, I went straight to the station and home. Fair play, fair play. I didn't get a breakfast either, not for 11 quid. I'm a cheapskate. I was panicking that I wasn't going to get to the bus in time. I literally made it with 2 minutes to spare. Um, yeah, so it was lucky. But yeah, I was happy. I was glad to get home and get into my own bed last night because hotel beds, especially when you're sharing with somebody, terrible, terrible. I couldn't sleep a wink. I hardly slept because I am a bit of a snorer, and I must admit I did wake myself up snoring and blowing off a few times, and that is not the best. So we all do it though, don't we? Especially when you get to our age. Um, for the older people in the room. Sam saying, I think this is purely for Spurs to have an excuse to be active in the window. Quite possibly. Sheriff, your short videos were a silent movie. I find it sus that we haven't done anything for 10 days. I kind of agree. Is the Morgan Gibbs White deal like holding us back? Should we be doing more deals? I think we should be, but we're not currently. Andy saying all these strong links are for defenders when the midfield and attack needs work, unless Romero is going. Interesting one. It is an interesting one because, yeah, the last couple of days we are being linked to centre backs. Obviously the Bournemouth centre back, Palace centre back as well. So we are being linked with a lot of centre backs and not too much in midfield. Though I have read today that Spurs are holding out for Polinia and they think they can get him for under £20 million, and that's why they've not pulled the trigger on it yet, because they think they can get him a bit cheaper. I think the Polinia one is going to roll on right until the end of the window. I think we get Polinia on like August 30th. August 30th, I bet you. I'm willing to put money on it now. Polinia will be last day or the second from last day at the window, and Tottenham will get him at a cut price. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. Um, Tottenham Ranger, big ups, and Vuskovic, what a player. Yeah, he was really impressive. He was really impressive. Let's see what he does in the next couple of weeks he's going to get some tests, isn't he? Arsenal, Newcastle, Bayern Munich. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of player he is, but it is hard to judge during pre-season. Like I say, I can remember Archie Gray having a great pre-season for Spurs. And then obviously when he was thrust into the first team, it was difficult for him. Luke saying, Sheriff, I agree, but also think Frank will improve him. Agreed there too. Starboy Luca, Tottenham Ranger likes Luca. Fair play, he does look good. Rich saying, Morgan Gibbs White said he wants his future sorted before flying out to Portugal. If he's on the plane, I expect him to stay. He did say that apparently, yes, and it doesn't look like it's been sorted at all. Maybe it has. Maybe it has. Did anyone watch Forest's game at the weekend? Obviously, he did a heart thing to the Forest fans when he came off, or when the game ended. I don't know, but is that a goodbye? Is that a I'm staying, or is that a please don't hate me kind of message? It could be any one of three. Milton saying, I have a feeling Richie will stay and perform well. Trouble is, he's never bloody fit, mate, is he? He's always injured. He's injured again now. Pre-season, Richie's injured. I think he's going to be difficult to sell, to be honest, just because he's always injured, and I think he wants to stay, which doesn't help. I just wish an Everton would come in, because I think if Everton come in, I think Richie would move. But while it's foreign teams that Richarlison doesn't want to go to, then he's not going to go. Andy saying, I think Johnson is a good finisher. Maybe we see him as a striker this year. I kind of agree. I think he may play off Solanke. I think there may be times when he even starts in front of Solanke because Richarlison will be injured. Um, but I think, yeah, all depends what formation we play. If we play a 3 at the back with 2 wing backs, we might then play 2 up front, Solanke and maybe Johnson just off him. It's gonna be interesting. I think Johnson is a great finisher. I would say behind Sonny is probably our second best finisher at the club. But, yeah, let's see what he does next season. And again, Sam saying at least he is getting into the spaces to get the finishes. Absolutely agree, 100%. I didn't see any of the Andy Lester done. Thanks, buddy. Samuel, on the other side, I saw so many times balls coming across and nobody. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I said it myself. Said it myself 5 minutes ago. Um, Milton says, smash the likes, smash those likes, people. Come on, let's get me as many likes as possible. Apparently, it pushes me out to the algorithm and gets more people watching this ugly mug. Um, but it's all good. And there is my beautiful boy. Morning, Dad. Hope everyone is good. Good morning, Charlie, mate. I hope you're well. Hope you had a good weekend. And we will catch up for coffee this week, mate. Tottenham Ranger Richarlison is better than Solanke. He just can't stay fit. Difficult one. I think they're too much of a muchness, but I like Richarlison when he's fit. Don't like his celebration. I hate it with a passion. Um, but I like his aggression. I like the fact he is dangerous in the air. Again, it's so difficult because we have been blessed with strikers over the years. So many good strikers at the club. And I just feel our strike force now is just a bit meh. But there's definitely goals there if we can get them service. Philly, big up, mate. Lovely to meet you at the weekend too. You're massive, Phil. Phil's like about 8 foot tall. He is absolutely huge. Richie is a bagsman. Well, let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. Um, or gunman, or yeah, 11 goals in 11 games for Richie, first season under Ange. But that says it all, mate, doesn't it? 11 goals in 11 games. Didn't play a lot else. This is a problem with Richarlison. There's no doubt he's dangerous. I don't think he's prolific, though. I don't think he gets you 20 goals a season. I think Richie, if he played a full season, would probably bag you 14, 15 Premier League goals. Don't think he gets you 20 plus. And I think we need a striker that's, if we really want to challenge for the top four, we need a striker that's going to get you 15 or 20 Premier League goals. Well, 20 plus Premier League goals, sorry. And then the others chip in as well. Chris saying, I'm a big fan of Yao Gomez. He's a Detroiter, good at linking up play. 70 million is a good deal. Is that what he's costing? 70 million. I like him, but couldn't we have had him like a couple of seasons ago for half that price? Um, this is a problem with Spurs, see, for me. They wait and then the prices go up. I think 70 million is a lot of money, but if that's the going rate, that's the going rate. It seems to be, doesn't it? Left wingers seem to be going for like 50 to 60. Maybe that holding midfielder, which is a really important position. 70 million, maybe. Um, Listen, I wouldn't be against it at all. I do like Gomez. Milton saying, I went for breakfast yesterday for a farewell at work. Cost me $59 for a breakfast. Wow, that is expensive. How much is that in pounds? Like 45 quid? 40 quid? 45 quid? That's a lot. Is that just for you? Jesus, what did you eat? Morton Barley, morning. Hope you're well, buddy. And yeah, I think this week is going to be positive for Spurs. I really do. I think things are going to start moving. I think we've had our quiet week. I think this week is going to explode and we are going to see some signings. Let's hope so anyway. Let's hope so. Big up, mate. Razzle Dazzle saying the frustrating things is that we are linked like every year with everyone and the usual no actual bid. Yeah, you know what? I think the players we get linked with, like when we are watching or when we are monitoring or when we are interested. I don't think we're actually interested in those players. I really don't. I think the ones we get are the ones that are quiet, like the Oda Bear last season, like the Morgan Gibbs White, nothing, and then bang. I think these other ones that we're interested in, I think they're all smoke screens, to be honest. I really do. Um, Milton said, my sources are saying Paulinho is going to Fulham. We will see. We will see. Again, it wouldn't be a bad move for him going back to Fulham, but I don't know. If I was a player, I'm not sure if I'd want to go back somewhere that I'd left. I don't know. We'll see. Hearing Xavi Simons is the alternative to Morgan Gibbs White. I hope we get both. I'd love both, but I can't see it. The only way I see us getting both is if a Kulusevski or Madison leaves. I don't see Madison leaving, and Kulusevski's got a long-term injury, so I don't see him leaving this summer either. I would not mind Jacob Ramsey with Morgan Gibbs White. I'm not a big fan of um, Jacob Ramsey, to be honest. I think he's okay. I don't think he's too much better than what we have already. Um, so for me, I'd be letting Forest get Jacob Ramsey and then make sure we get Morgan Gibbs White. Morton Barley we seem to have more links than a ship's anchor chain. Absolutely. I like that. Garnacho links coming out today. Oh, I don't want Garnacho, to be honest. He is better than what we got, but not for me. Oh, not Brett May. Is this my first troll? Is this my first troll? So he feels it so much that he put it twice. But hey, listen, we'll see what happens this season. It's hard to argue when we finish 17th, but let's see what happens this season. Milton saying hello to my boy. Paul Watkins, no way Richie is better than Dom. He will come good with service. I agree. I think Solanke will score goals with service. Listen, he's never going to be Harry Kane. He's never going to be Jermaine Defoe. He's never going to be Robbie Keane, Dimitar Berbatov, Klinsmann, that kind of player. But he is what he is. And if he gets service, I think he scores goals. I just don't want to see Solanke doing all the work outside the box. Just get in the bloody box, mate. That's what you're there for. You're a goal scorer. Score goals. Christian, I would prefer Lorox over Sabrina Sabria. I kind of know how to pronounce it, but never quite. I like the Palace defender. I like him. He's a good defender and he is good in the air as well. So I wouldn't be against any of them. I just don't think that they are proper room. I don't think they're true. To be honest, I think players that we're looking at, players that we're interested in, when it gets brought up on Twitter, I just think we're after other targets and we will see. We will see. Samuel said, no, Johnson is better out wide. He can come into the space instead of being inside. Maybe look at these. Again, it's difficult, isn't it? He played up front for Forest, didn't he? And scored a lot of goals. So it's going to be interesting. But yeah, he was fantastic at coming off from the wing last season and scoring goals. Let's see what happens this season. I think Solanke and Richie are as limited as each other. Yeah, again, yeah, but neither of them are prolific goal scorers, are they? You know, Solanke's probably done it once for Bournemouth in the Premier League, 19 Premier League goals, was it? So it still wasn't 20 Premier League goals, but like I say, I do think he gets 20 Premier League goals this season, but he's not at that level, is he? He's down here. He's an okay Premier League striker. Um, but from what we've been used to, we need better definitely going forward. But if Solanke gets the service, he will score. Pele saying Enoch out. Yep, agreed. Unless they do something magical this summer. Sam saying 22 GA in 22 starts under Ange. Is that Brennan Johnson? I take it you're talking about. But if it is, yeah, fantastic. Corey saying even if you could combine both Richie and Dom, you would still end up with a piss poor forward. Yes. Corey, you don't like our front line, mate, do you? You don't like our front line choices. It is what it is. It's much of a muchness, I guess. And like I say, it's hard when we've had so many good strikers over the year and so many good wingers to have what we have now is disappointing. But we do score goals. We did last season, and I think we will this season. And with the introduction of Kudus, yeah. What's your sauce, mayonnaise? I actually thought you were asking me what my sauce was, and I was like, yeah, it is mayonnaise. I love mayonnaise. It's fantastic. Um, if Sun leaves and Romero is sold, who is our captain? This is an interesting one, guys. Who is our captain next season? I I still think it will go to Madison. I really do. I think If Madders is fit, I think he's our captain next season. Don't think Sonny's going to play anyway much, so I don't see him being the captain. If Sonny stays, I see him being the club captain. I don't see him being the captain on the pitch. I think it goes to Maddison personally. A lot of people say that, oh, Maddison's not a leader. Actually, if you watch him on the pitch, if you watch him off the pitch, he absolutely is a leader. Yes, he can get a bit sulky at times, and maybe he needs to snap out of that a little bit. But I think he's a leader. Whether he rolls around on the pitch and, that's by the by for me. He's a great player. He leads by example, and he's a good talker on the pitch, and he's a good talker off the pitch. So I see Maddison as our captain personally. Let me know, guys, what you think. Smash the likes and subscribe all. Absolutely. Do it, guys. Rich is saying, even if Son and Romero stay, we need to bring a captain in. For me, quite possibly. Quite possibly. For me, Maddison would be the captain out of what we got. But if we were to bring a captain in, not against that at all. But yeah, what sort of leader would that be? Would that be a number 6? Would that be a Morgan Gibbs-White possibly? Another centre half? A lot of people talking about Vicario possibly being captain. What do you think about that? For me, no. I think Vicario's got enough trying to catch the ball and trying to play with his feet. Put captain on him as well. I think that just adds extra pressure for me. Great shot stopper, by the way. Just not confident when the balls are flying into the box. Tends to blame a lot of people for his mistakes. The 2 marks, smash the lights, people. No, I just put on a hard graft on a Monday. I am, mate. I've got to go to work in like half an hour, which really sucks. I hate having to work. Samuel saying 12 missed. Dom missed 12 big chances, did he? Interesting, but he took a few really good ones. Let's see what he does. Listen, it's hard to argue that Dominic Solanke and Richarlison are not the men. They're not the guys, are they? But they're what we have. Richarlison may be sold if we can force him out. Solanke's going nowhere. He's going to be our striker. So I guess we just have to get behind him and see what he does. Sam saying it's a myth that we didn't create chances for Solanke. No, we did create chances, but for me, we could have created more. Listen, like I've said already, Solanke isn't, he's not your top level striker. He's quite a few rolls down from that. But I think if he gets enough chances, he will score. Remember Andy Cole? Andy Cole, great striker at United, but he did need 3 or 4 chances to score, And I think maybe Solanke's similar to that. Give him enough chances, he'll score enough goals. But will he get enough chances? I hope he will this summer. Super Pav to the rescue. I love Pavlyuchenko. Absolutely loved him. He for me was a cult hero at Spurs. Just what a left foot on him. Wow, some of his goals, beautiful. Forrest was playing in transition. This is true. But do you think there will be times, when Spurs play in transition, especially maybe away at City, away at Liverpool, away at Arsenal, away at Chelsea? These kind of games we could do with a Johnson to play. I don't know. It's just a thought. I think we definitely need strikers that do different things though. And whether you think he's a winger, an inside forward or a striker isn't really the thing, is it? He is a good finisher and he has got pace. So maybe he will play in those kind of games. I don't know. Or maybe a come on later when legs are tired. Samson, don't put Richie and Solanke in the same sentence. Richie has been playing international at club level a lot longer than Dom and has 2 major honours. Bit of a Richarlison fan. And it's fair, yeah, he is Brazil's number 9. He is Brazil's number 9 currently. So I just wish he could stay fit, mate. If he could stay fit, then we'd be having a different conversation maybe. But again, injured already. And yeah, we will see. Morton Barley saying, I reckon we will see Wissa at Spurs this season. I hope so. Don't think Richie fits into Frank's plans. He'll go back to Brazil for only about 25 million. Palmeiras will take him. Interesting way. It's whether he wants to go back to Brazil, though, isn't it? I think he's adamant he wants to stay in the Premier League, a bit like Basuma. Interesting one. Let's see what happens. I think he may go, but I don't think it's going to be till the end of the window if he does. I'm going to go for another 10 minutes, guys. It's an insult to Richie to put. Sam, you love Richarlison. I love your passion towards him. It's good. What striker from our past would you say suits the potential new system? Oh, interesting. I think any one of our past. I think Kane would fit into it. Obviously, Kane fits into any system. Um, I think a Berbatov would fit into it. I think a Defoe would fit into it. All different types of strikers, I know, but I think a Defoe would fit into it really well. Um, I do. I know he's not tall, um, but we don't necessarily have to have a big man. Visser's not exactly 6 foot, is he? How tall is Visser? This is when I get in a chat that he's 6 foot. He doesn't look 6 foot. He looks about 5'7", 5'8". I think he's probably about 5'10". Um, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think we could put any one of our old strikers would fit well into this new system. A goal scorer. That's what we need, a goal scorer. So let's see. I mean, look at Berbatov and you look at someone like Tony. And you look at Tony's goals for Brentford. And even though he's a big man, he scored a few headers. A lot of his goals were really silky, classy goals, great penalty taker. I think a Berbatov would fit into that beautifully. But again, Berbatov would fit into absolutely any team in world football. Absolutely beautiful footballer. My source is E. Okay. Make no sense of that, mate. Don, one good season in 11 years as a pro. Come on. And Richie, my God, 13 goals in one season. And that was almost 7 years ago. Both as bad as each other. Even Stevie Wonder could score more for Spurs. Corey doesn't go. He doesn't go lightly. He just says it as he says it. And yeah, the two marks razzle. Klinsmann. Yeah, Klinsmann's another one. He was world class, wasn't he? The one world class player we've ever signed, I think, that was actually world class when we signed him. And he had a beautiful car as well. Loved his Beetle. Loved his Beetle. Mazo Dazzle said, Mark, we already got Madison diving around. I love Madison. Absolutely do. My sources are the Polinia deal is RTB, which is Portuguese news channel, which is spot on most times. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Freddie saying it was a pleasure meeting you, Nige, the Cookmeister, Sheriff, Danilist, Box Office, Lubo, Queen Ellie, Luke, Spotlight and Spurs, the Man of the Hour, Saba, and our partner in crime, Corey Boy. Yeah, it was lovely to meet absolutely everyone that was there. Um, yeah, hopefully we get to do it again one day. Watkins, if Polinia comes, he would be captain. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. If Polinia comes, he would be captain. I kind of agree with that. Every season I see the same things. Our signing aren't good enough, no backing from the board, and owners typical Spurs. Every season I've become so numb. Hard to disagree with that after last week. You know, we signed Kudus and we thought we'd sign Morgan Gibbs White. Everything was like Spurs are moving different. This is different. Levy's been pushed aside. Everything's different at Tottenham, and now suddenly it feels like it's just Spurs, doesn't it? This is why, for me, this week is massive because if we don't do anything this week and we fly to Asia with just Kudus as our main signing, then for me, nah, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Sam is saying Solanke is keeping us on tender hooks. Is a Bournemouth type striker, not good enough. Doesn't have the hunger to get in and be a terror. I'm kind of with you on this a little bit. You know what I hate about Solanke is the fact he's always bloody smiling. It always looks like he's just happy to be there. And I want my striker to be angry. I want my striker to be a bit like Mitrovic, you know? Not Mitrovic, but a bit like him, like, you know, just growl at everyone, scowl and like go through people. I want my striker to do anything to get to that ball and not just be like, oh, well done, mate, you made it there before me. And almost have, yeah, for me. But this is where Solanke needs to improve. I said that last season. I like Solanke, but I don't like the fact that he's just always looks happy just to be on the pitch. And maybe that's just me. Maybe he is happy to be on the pitch. I'd love to be. playing professional football. Maybe I'd be smiling as well if I was on that kind of money. Defoe is what we need. Milton, yes, absolutely. He's still good now. Did you see him in the Legends game? Wow, sharp as a button, that guy. Brilliant striker. But when he was at Spurs, he was my third or fourth choice because we had so many good strikers. Berbatov, Robbie Keane. Robbie Keane was one of my favourite Spurs players. Loved him, loved him. So Robbie Keane was always in for me ahead of Defoe, just because I love Keane. But Defoe, you look back now, what a striker! What a striker! Rich is saying, interesting to see Solanke's heat map last season. Got the impression he wasn't in the 18-yard box with me. Totally agree, mate. He spent all his game either picking the ball up off Maddison, who was even deeper, or closing down out wide. Stay in the box, mate. Stay in the box. You get chances, you score goals. Look at the goals he scored. It was when he was in and around that box, that cross from Porro against Newcastle when he scored a diving header. He was in the box. That's what we need from Solanke this season. If he's not, get rid of him next summer. Samuel Morton Barley, he ain't going to Palmeiras. There's no evidence of it. No, it is only links. But that's all we can go on at the moment, isn't it? Links. Milton, would you swap Richie for Trossard? You know what? I like Trossard. Don't like him now. He's at Arsenal, but I liked him at Brighton. I wanted us to sign him. I wouldn't swap him for Richarlison, but for me, if Sonny left, Trossard off the left for me, I'm quite tempted by that. I'm quite tempted by that, guys. Let me know what you think. Trossard, if Sonny leaves, maybe Trossard on the left. Experienced Premier League football, scores goals, assists. I like him. He's decent. Razzle Dazzle saying Visser is 5'9". Oh, not that much taller than me. And Milton says he's 5'9" as well. I got to say, Sava's barbecue Saturday. Everyone is so big, so big. Corey boy, massive, like 6'10". Obviously Philly, about 6'11". Phil Coys, huge. I was like looking up all night. It was crazy. Samuel said, I think a lot of these players need to come in and be taken out of the seniors. It's hard because they always play when fit and available. Yes, I agree. Agreed. Big up Tweak. Klinsmann, if we could bring back this fella, we'd be a different level. Yes, I agree. Klinsmann was world class. World class. I'm going to go for another couple of minutes, guys, and then call it a day because I've got to go to work. Jung saying, facts, Corey, I'm seeing our fans fight over Solanke or Richarlison, as Sava always says. What are we doing here? And Perchi, of course, big up Sava and Perchi. Two cheeks at the same bum. Absolutely. Sam saying, fans don't understand. If seniors are fit, we play regardless what the manager wants because it wouldn't work like having seniors on the bench and juniors jump on the pitch. Yeah, it's going to be interesting this season. There's no doubt about that. Philly saying Solanke is not prolific, and the same with the Pigeon. When Solanke is in front of goal, he doesn't look or feel like he's going to score. I don't know. I actually think he looks quite decent when he gets a chance in front of goal. Scored a few really nice goals last season. A couple against Villa. I remember him lobbing the keeper, which was lovely. I think he's a confidence player for me, Solanke. I think he needs a few goals under his belt, and I think we see a different striker. Whether he gets that is another question. Exactly, Rich. We want a Growler up top. Absolutely. You can't beat a good Growler, can you? When Richie is out, Son disappears every time. It's like someone can't carry Spurs by himself, and Dom wasn't ready for Spurs. And this is the thing, isn't it? Dom's had his chances at big clubs. He's failed, but he was young. Again, there's not a lot we can do. We just have to give him this season and see what happens. Guys, I am going to leave it there. I've got other comments, but I've got to go to work. So much love to each and every one of you. Please, guys, before you leave, please do not forget to like this show, subscribe to the channel. It really would mean the world. And as always, guys, I will leave it there. I'll see you on the next show. And stay positive, stay poised, and stay Pure Coys.